Hey, mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check, guys. Am I audible there in the comment section? Then I think can ready up. Let's go, my chance. Banqobi in the comment section. Guys, can you hear me? Hey, I'm not gonna commentate much. We're just gonna have a young conversation as these guys are racing. I think our commentators are busy, man. Our commentators are busy. Alright, thanks, Tsepiso. Away still. Shout out, gents. Shout out. Let's have some fun. 18 minutes. How are the standings? MshenguT's leading, followed by ManRay with 11 points, sitting on 30 points. Damnesia, aka Josh, is sitting in P3 with 25 points. Banqobi is sitting with 19 points. In that drop zone, Spyzozo and Tsepiso, who we can confirm has been officially relegated because of load shedding. Hadi Tsepiso. I think this defines our season, man. I think we have quite a lot of people that lost out because of load shedding. So welcome back to tier 2. We'll have those battles again. Josh is out. Let's go. Let's see. Let's go live. Okay, my friends, we're just going to look at Josh's first one. We're going to just do some technicalities. We're going to change where we're going to be commentating from. Okay, we back. We back with the commentary, gents. We back with the commentary, gents. Just a confirmation there if you guys can hear me still. I think the tier 2 playoff race might not be happening. Okay. You got Mandla in the house. Stella, if you're still there, please just confirm for me if you can still hear me.
So yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I just want to make sure that we're also broadcasting the sound.
Oh, I haven't joined the broadcast yet.
But you should, because you mean the for visual?
Yeah. Okay, but then I'll tell Jing one thing to join it like 10 past.
Alright, cool.
For sure.
Tsepiso,
okay, you can commentate.
Tsepiso, can you hear
send
me?
me the game invite, ne?
Let me just send it again, invite friends. I'm just gonna send
and
it
then I'll send it to them.
I'm just gonna send it to you. I sent you.
Sure.
I think that's a party invite. Let me.
Okay, now I got it then. I got it. Sharp.
Is that the game invite?
Yeah. So now you can continue commentating, then we'll just join now.
Alright, all technicalities done, gents. I think big shout out to Josh. And we'll be out at the 1:30 in P2. I'll just look at my spreadsheet quickly as to confirm how things are looking. Let's go live with MshenguT. Currently leading. As it stands, guys, we have MshenguT going through. Let me just zoom this in a little bit closer. We have MshenguT going through, ManRay going through, and Josh going through. But what will Banqobi have to say about that? With yesterday's DNF, it's gonna be crazy, man. Let's see how it goes. MshenguT has been the silent killer in this playoffs, I think. What do they call it? The dark horse. Tsepiso's heart is broken. Nah, man, I feel for you, man. I genuinely feel for you. And Portugal was quite a hard track. Mshengu invalidates. Let's see Spyzozo down on his outlap. It's still early though. These are just bankers. I think these are just bankers. Spyzo's on his outlap. I think Josh is not. Banqobi's on his outlap, warming up them tires. Mshengu's going in because invalidated. Let's go live with Spyzo. Not looking good for him. He's going to need quite a miracle because currently minimum for P. I just need to highlight these just so that I can see them without. Alright, good luck with Spyzo. Let's see how it goes down into sector 3. Hopefully he'll recover from that fumble that he had in sector 2. Oh, this is his first lap. He's gonna be banking lap. 10 minutes to go. It's rough, guys. No one wants to be in. No one wants to be in this tier. Into the final chicane. He quite misses the apex there. I think he just messed that up. Spins. I think that was intentional out of frustration. He might need to go put it back in. Let's see, ManRay. Who's on the track? I think Josh, but that was 8 tenths slower. I didn't pick that up. Good observation. DRS open. Yeah. Spyzo at least completed the lap. Let's see how ManRay is gonna do. I think ManRay is looking for that pole position. ManRay is looking good with 30 points, but he's sort of still at risk because Banqobi can still jump him unless if he just makes sure he sticks close by. And then Spyzo has quite the task for him. It's not impossible because he needs actually DNF, a bit of luck. Hey, that Bafana match, you're not going to do that one last time. Alright, let's go TTK. Battle of the big bros. Battle of the bros. Who's gonna have that big bro position on the grid? Yeah. Who's gonna have the big bro position on the grid? Is it gonna be ManRay? Is it gonna be Damnesia, aka Josh? We can only wait and see. ManRay's got a purple 52, but I think they just glitched with that thing, but I think he's pushing quite nicely. I think this is going to be provisional pole for ManRay. No. No, invalidation. Okay, let's go Spy. Looking good for Spy. Let's see how Spy's gonna do it. I forgot the name of this color. What did they call it? Down that long straight. Hey, but ERS is finished again. Already at 10% and the lap is not even there. almost invalidates it. Nah, this is not a lap. Invalidated. Let's go live with Banqobi. 7 minutes to go. Josh currently sitting in P3 on the standing. Provisional pole, still in the pit. Probably just looking to wait for the towards the end. Let's go live with Banqobi. We're gonna give him that effect lap where you just listen to those automatic cues. Alright, so the ER is on now. Let's go. Let's just listen to that sound.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Welcome, who's this? Lito.
Thanks. I am Lipa, sir. How did you do? How did you do?
I'm good now. You're welcome, man.
All good, all good. Thank you, man. It's just an update on the T2 playoffs. It couldn't happen. We didn't have enough drivers to join. So I'm tasked with joining you today. How's it looking so far?
I think a few of the guys have been validated. I think we live with, we're on board with Banqobi now. Let's see how he does. He's currently sitting with no time. I just want to confirm that the guys can hear you. Gents in the comments, can you hear Lippo? Just so that you can make the announcement and make sure everyone hears you. I think Banqobi gets a second, triple second.
Alright. And points-wise, who's leading? Who's leading the championship so far in playoff terms, actually?
Okay, well, I can hear. So in playoff terms, MshenguT is currently leading with 41 points. And then, Banqobi gets a pole lap, 129.1. That's almost 8 tenths away from Demisia's what do we call it? Banker lap. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so ManRay sitting in P2 with 30 points. Josh, Demesia sitting with 25 points. 5 points off ManRay in P3. And Banqobi is 19 points in P4. Spyzozo is 15 points. I think he's going to have it a bit rough. And yeah, Tsepiso with 10 points because he missed both races. Didn't have the best of races in Portugal, but yeah, due to load shedding, he couldn't join yesterday's race, and he can't join today's race. So unfortunately for him, he's officially in tier 2. Okay, I think everyone is up now. I think everyone is going to be looking to put in that final lap. Let's go live with MshenguT. I think MshenguT's struggling to put a lap together. I think we all know him to be a very fast guy. I think they can hear you. You can make that announcement about tier 2 and who went through. You can give us an update there on tier 2 playoffs.
Alright, so unfortunately due to circumstances, Selby had to pull out. So it was just a battle between 5 races, which would be Lungs, Kid K, Fana, Gwali, and Billy Hendricks. So Billy couldn't join due to load shedding today. So as it stands, Lungs is staying in tier 2 with 52 points, having finished first in Portugal and the Netherlands. And Kid K comes in second with 33 points. Let me give you the Portugal standings. It was Lungs number 1, fastest lap, 26 points for him. Kid K number 2, 18 points for him. And Nkwali did not finish the race on 0 points. And then we have Netherlands. Lungs finished P1 and fastest lap, so 26 points for him, which is total 52. KK finished third, with Fana taking second. So as it stands, the leaders are Lungs, KK, and Fana. Those three are going to tier 3, or staying in tier 3 rather. And Gwali, Billy, and Selby unfortunately could not make it. So that's how it stands for the tier 2 playoffs. And well, we're here for the tier 1 playoffs. Let's see how it goes.
So are there any promotions?
KK was already in tier 2. Lungs was also already in tier 2. So the only person here would be Banqobi. Selby is out. He could not make the playoffs. So let me see. Fana, KK, and Lungs.
Yeah, no, I'm saying Selby would be the relegation, and then I think there has to be Fana is the promotion.
Yes, Fana is the one coming to tier 2. I must say the gents have been struggling with the settings, eh? Hasn't been easy adjusting to assist off, tier 2 settings. Which, like I said yesterday, we have a purple sector 1 here from Josh, aka Damnesia. We'll get back to it. Let's look at the last minute of the quali and see how it goes, and then
All right, completing his sector 2. Let's go live with Josh. I think he might be gunning for the pole position. There's an Aston Martin in front of him. Hopefully does not disturb him.
I think everybody's pushing now, so you can't even say disturb or no disturb. The only problem is the spin.
Yeah, I think he's the second faster.
I know
he's the second faster than his child.
Let's see.
But you can see from the way he's driving, this man has no business being in playoffs, man.
I think Spyzozo just spun. Yeah, Spyzozo just spun. That's him for today. So he's finishing off P4. Let's look at the finish. Is Josh, aka Damnesia, P1. That's pole. 128.6.
Let's see TTK. Is he looking to dethrone them? Because ManRay has quite really good one lap pace, I must say. Maybe the long runs tend to struggle a bit, but on race pace, but solid one lap pace.
It would have worked better if this was just a one lap quali. He would have killed them. But
he'd be solid. He'd be solid.
Let's see.
Okay, Banqobi has taken the checkered flag, so he's gonna be in provisionally P2. Let's see how it goes with his start. It's gonna be crazy because Banqobi has a really crazy start, but Josh has almost as good a start as he does, so it's gonna be quite an interesting start.
What I like about Silverstone is that the start first corner isn't really that bad. Ooh, that's a purple sector 2 for TT King.
Well, he's still not.
Okay, this should be interesting.
This is gonna be interesting. Let's see. I'm gonna go pro ManRay, little bro or big bro. He takes that chicane nicely. It's all Texas. Final corner and ManRay gets T3. 2 turns off on this time.
Hey, met Asia. But that's very close between him and Banqobi. 2 tenths.
Yeah, I think
it should be an interesting race.
Mshengu is also coming in fast. He might upset because he's quite fast. He gets P4. Mshengu gets P4.
130.4. So only Spyzozo is 3 seconds off Damnesia's pace. That's worrying. That's worrying. I don't know.
Yeah,
Hey,
he's sitting in P5.
Hopefully he gets used to the track.
He's currently in P5.
Yeah,
hopefully he has good race pace. Let's see how it goes.
So I was updating on tier 2. So it looks like two tier 2 drivers are staying. With only 1 new addition, and we were talking about how it's going to be next season. If they were finding it hard to adjust to the settings now, next season is getting harsher. I know tier 1 is going almost all out. Hopefully, from from rumors, in the next 2 or 3 seasons, it's going to be flat out full racing, ABS, no assist whatsoever. So
I think
looking
racing.
to,
I think racing line's still gonna be there
for now,
for now.
but
Yeah. All right.
let's see
But I
how it
think
went. So
the gents will adjust. Good luck to them. I think also the 50% race is also quite a difficult thing to adjust to coming from a 25%.
yeah, you need hectic concentration for that. It's quite a long run.
Yeah, correct. All right. Now let's see how. Okay, well, obviously the standings are not gonna help now. But if Josh were to finish like this, nah. But I'll punch in the numbers as the race goes. As things
No
stand.
problem. So you can take the start. I'm here as a visitor, so you can take the start and take us
I
through the
hate you.
first lap.
I hate
I'll
you.
let you have it. I'll let you. Ooh, is this rain? Is this
It's
rain?
rain. It's rain.
Eh,
It's
looks like
rain,
we're gonna
man.
see problems.
Now you can. Oh, we have Django in.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Tier 1 champion, newly
Champion.
crowned, Smart Django in the house.
It's not
How
tier
are
one
you, sir?
champion. He's the breakaway champion.
He's the breakaway champion. My bad, OG. I do apologize. Hey,
Thank you, gents.
Alright, cool, man. So because you came in late, we're giving you the first lap, man. You have to take us through the start until the first lap.
No problem. This would be interesting. Would have been nice to see how the boys would have prepared for this race because Silverstone is known for its maggers and backers, cops.
Mm.
But let's see what the boys got. You know, Josh with P1, Banqobi P2.
All right. So with the formation lap, obviously, Megas and Beckett is a place to look out with three corners, right? Turn 10 right through to turn 13, 14 should be an all out. Do you think we're gonna see any overtakes there?
Not playoffs. I think it's not worth the risk. Unless if someone did their
Definitely not
calculations
during
in
the race.
their head and they're about to lose it, but it's not worth the risk.
All right. And any possible likely spinners, eh? Konabo Kusheshela. Who's most likely to spin?
Guys,
Spyzozo, ManRay,
before we
MshenguT.
continue, the face of
Yes,
Becco
sir.
is in the comments. Charlie, 3 stacks. You cannot acknowledge the
Shout
3
out, shout out.
stacks. Like guys, this guy's is the playoff king. Like he's still famous for his playoff stunts. Hey, shout out 3 stacks. Alright, now you can continue, Lipo. Sorry for disturbing you.
No. I was saying, it's raining now. If people were spinning in dry weather, how's it looking now? Who's most likely to spin? That was just a question.
Okay, so Banqobi has spinning in him a bit. ManRay, I think, has been quite consistent with spinning. I think Mshengu's a bit consistent. Josh doesn't really have that much of that problem. Spy must just keep up with them. I think hopefully he has that pace in the rain. So
Yeah, no. But it looks like it's not harsh weather. They're still on inches. At least it's not full wet. So hopefully dries out towards the end and we can have a race. Ooh, Josh already off track. Aye.
crazy. Let's go live with Banqobi. We all know he's gonna come in from the back.
It will be interesting to see what's going to happen in turn 1 though, because it's wet conditions and you don't want to risk anything crazy. And we know, the guy on the outside has a better line compared to the one inside. So
Okay, there we go, guys.
3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and there you go.
Okay, I think
And
Josh.
it's lights out. Seems like Josh got it perfectly fine, but Moby as well following quite nicely. But Josh hasn't covered by a mile. He's already 6/10 within the pace. And ManRay is also still stayed P3 and made a position fighting with Banqobi actually, and they go side by side. Banqobi hasn't covered there.
Alright, thanks for that start, man. I think let me just go to the position changes. Let's go with the tires. Our
I
raining
believe
conditions,
Spyzozo
everyone.
spun. I believe Spyzozo spun. He's now 7.6 seconds behind. I believe he spun. And Josh is actually pulling away. First lap already almost 2 seconds ahead in this weather. And there's no DRS also. It's just how you use your ERS. In rainy weather, DRS is disabled, I believe. So we shall see how it goes.
Correct. So, looking at the class, guys, what do you guys think? Is it going to be completely wet conditions, or we're going to have some dynamic conditions? I'm seeing a bit of blue there. I think it might dry up.
Perhaps looking towards the end of the race. Like I said, I'm hoping the weather does change. We need to get some proper racing, some proper speed. This is a fast circuit after all, so we need the pace that everybody has, and we can see how fast they can actually be. So I know Josh is very fast, Banqobi as well, and Time Child King. You know, this is a race for take-ons. You know, this is a race where you can show your pace and everything that comes with it. So this weather is not favoring the track at all.
I think let me just commentate on ManRay here. I think he's going in for Banqobi here. I think he has a better exit out there. No, it almost touches there. I think he's struggling here because of his rainy conditions. Now he's about to be a second out. And maybe he pulls away. Okay, shout out. I think things are settling in a bit too quick, guys. Let me just. I'm gonna go live with Banqobi for a minute, and I just wanna put in the live positions a bit here.
While you're doing that, I think it's worth a mention that George shouldn't push way too much so that it doesn't cost him like it did yesterday. Because I understand that he wants to push as hard as he can, but you must remember this is a 26-lap race, so you don't need to do anything crazy. You just need to actually keep calm, composure, and make sure that when it matters and when it dries up, because I think it will dry up, you still have your car intact. You don't lose a wing, you don't spin, you don't do anything. So I think he must play this to the maximum perfection so that you don't see the repeat of what happened yesterday.
Okay, correct. I just want to say, okay, so as it stands, it's still good to end the way they do. No fastest lap involved. Mshengu would still be in P1. And then Josh would be 3 points behind him with 50 points. So MshenguT would be at 53 points. Josh would be at 50 points in P2. And ManRay would then be the last promotion position with 45 points. And Banqobi would be following with 37 points. So I think it's going to be a bit of a big ask for Banqobi right now. ManRay can just keep it together. And then Spyzozo would just get 10 points and that would put him on 25 points. And I think Tsepiso's not joined the lobby, unfortunate for him. So that's how things would if things stay the way they are. So
the main battle here is ManRay and Banqobi.
Yes, so the main battle would be ManRay.
Today is to win, yeah.
Let me just swap their positions and put that scenario if ManRay were to be able to get that position. That would put him in P2.
Ooh, Spyzozo spun. Man, he didn't lose a wing though. He didn't lose a wing. And this weather is actually, it's not good for him. He's having a very difficult time. Already now, 15 seconds behind. He's got a time penalty. Let's see what it's for. 3-second time penalty. Oh, that's not good for his race. Unless there's a safety car, his race is almost done.
It's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good, bro.
It's really not looking good. But I've been watching Mshengu versus ManRay. Seems like Mshengu wants to get this position because he was pushing, and ManRay is also fighting with his ERS because I see that he's on also and he's buns.
ManRay spins out. ManRay spins out. I think now we're gonna have a race because Banqobi in P2. Still a bit of a risky. Banqobi struggling to make it through. He might need a win here.
These guys are making us calculate, eh? Who's going to make it? Who's now already getting complicated? Eh? I'm losing my math skills now. I have to clear the calculator every 2 seconds.
Nah, I have a spreadsheet here, man. I have a spreadsheet here where I just put in their positions and
I'll see how it turns out. Okay, yeah. Fair enough.
So
it was already about to expose me. Math literacy is the way to go.
Yeah, I know, don't worry.
I don't know if you guys can see this, but Banqobi is sending it on Josh. He's being way too aggressive there. And they want to go side by side. Josh is not using his ERS at all, but Banqobi also used a little bit of his ERS so that he can make his overtake. He goes into the inside and he makes that position. Josh is fighting back though. Not gonna let it go easy. They both go into the pits. I think it's drying up.
How about that's too early, guys?
3 of them go into the pits.
Nah, but it's too
gonna have a
early.
race. Ooh, 5-second penalty from Mshengu, speeding in the pit lane. Hey, speed limit, my king.
Says nope, I'm not going to the pits. He thinks it's still early, like you're saying, Ludi. So he's pushing.
Another 5 seconds penalty. Spyzozo speeding in the pit lane. Hey, to that limiter. Now Spyzozo's on 8 seconds. Mshengu's on 5 seconds. ManRay did stay out, as Django was saying. ManRay stayed out, so he's got position. Perhaps he was trying to push so that he can come in the next lap. We'll wait and see. And as it stands, I just want to see what tires everybody put on. Banqobi is on mediums. Josh is also on mediums.
For everyone. Yeah, I just put it in the screen as well.
Alright, Banqobi is on mediums, Josh is on mediums. Who just spun? Spyzozo again.
Yeah, Spy is struggling, man. I think it might be a wrap for him.
I can't believe you guys were talking about point systems and maths when people were battling for the lead. Dude, you guys need to focus, sorry.
I think that's because the main point here is who qualifies.
Is Mshengu on Inters? Am I seeing radio? Is Mshengu on Inters?
Yeah, Mshengu's
my brother, welcome.
No, I just came to say what's up. I promised Ludi I'd come to the stream if I had power, so I just wanted to be a man of my word.
No problem. Thank you for also showing us the way, sir. And you're right, Mshengu is still on Inter. I don't know what happened there. He did go in the pits as far as I remember. But he's still on mediums and he's struggling. It looks like those mediums are really struggling. He's off track already. It doesn't look good.
Okay, let's go live with Banqobi. Let's just see if he's gonna come out in front of ManRay.
So how are we looking from a point system there, Ludi? So what are the permutations for promotion or for people to stay in tier 1?
I think let me just punch in their positions once everything's settled, because we have quite a lot of pitching now.
Mshengu is in a good position, man. He was just behind Josh and Banqobi. Now he's gonna come back behind ManRay, and he's lost time on the 2 guys in front.
Correct, but I think he's safe. I think Mshengu might be safe. As long as he doesn't DNF, he should be safe.
Oh, because Mshengu is leading the championship.
Yeah, he's already on 41 points, which Banqobi would struggle to get to that. Even I think in P3. In P2, I think he gets 37 points. He gets to 37 points, so he's a bit on the safe side.
Josh decides to send it on Corps. They go side by side during Corps, which is quite interesting to see racers going side by side during Corps. But Josh is still fighting with his ERS, and they're still side by side. Banqobi didn't let him through, but Josh is gonna have DRS now into the back straight. This is gonna be so interesting because he's using all his ERS. He wants to pass and he wants to make this move done. Banqobi is weaving around, trying to break that straight line speed of Josh, but I think Josh is clever enough to avoid contact going into the last corners.
It's also interesting, Django, to see 2 cars make it through Cops without one pushing the other off track or the other one denying the other car space.
But I think Josh,
It shows that
Josh
two
pulled out.
cars can go through.
Two
think
cars
Josh
can go through that. A Mercedes and Alpha, another Red Bull this time.
And yet that is not a Red Bull this time. But anyway, back to the race. Josh is gonna get DRS into the straight, and it's gonna be so interesting to see what he's gonna do.
Man, I'm sad that Josh and Banqobi had an incident in turn 1 of Netherlands, because could have seen the same thing there as well.
Yeah.
Who do you guys think is going to take this one between the two guys?
I mean, Josh is pushing. He's already on 47, 45 ERS, and Banqobi is sitting on 50%, 59% ERS. So I think Josh wants to lead the race, and he knows that he needs points because yesterday he couldn't finish the race, So he definitely needs points. As much as Banqobi needs points, but Josh need them more, in my opinion.
Yeah. Isn't Josh ahead of Banqobi in the championship?
Just 1 second, there's
is.
an overtake happening. Damnesia just took Banqobi smoothly on the DRS straight. Smoothly took him. He baited his time to Maggots and Beckett. He was about 0.4 seconds behind, so that gave him enough speed going into the DRS, and he used his DRS just to make a clean overtake. So going back to when you guys were talking about cogs, I think it brings to it shows us how the caliber of drivers that we have in tier 1 and why these guys are fighting so much. If they can go into that corner specifically side by side and come out without an incident, these are very good drivers, and they can do side by side even in certain circumstances, which me myself handbrake. I handbrake, either I save my race or the car. I save both.
It's gonna be interesting to see how the rest of this battle goes out. Josh is sitting on 40% ERS, but Banqobi's got 60, so he's using his very smartly. Do you think maybe Banqobi's trying to stay with Josh until the end, and then maybe throw in the move towards the end of the race?
Yeah, and I think that's the smart move, because using all your ERS is not a great way to defend, at the beginning of the battle. Because now he has DRS, he's saving his ERS, he's not using anything, and if he stays behind him like this for the next, 5 to 6 laps, he would have then maybe around 80% ERS, and then he'll start attacking, while Josh would be sitting on around 30, 40. So it would be nice to see what's going to happen. But I think Banqobi's using his experience to get into Josh's head, make him think that he's using his ERS, but in all honesty, he's just using DRS to stay behind him.
So basically what you're saying is he's going to try pull a Django and Jeddah. Final lap, final corner, sending it up the inside.
We hope to see something like that.
Let's go. Banqobi's still within DRS for Josh. It seems like Josh is also caught onto the trick because he's not using his ERS anymore. So Banqobi's on 56 and now Josh is up to 50. So Josh is actually starting to think clever now. So good to see these guys battling on the track and also using their brains as well.
Okay, just an update on the points and to explain why they're fighting as hard as they are. So in the situation where Banqobi takes P1, he goes through, ManRay goes through, Mshengu goes through. In the situation that Josh gets P1, Mshengu goes through, Josh goes through, ManRay goes through. So this battle is the sweet spot between 3 and 4.
Oh wow, Banqobi just took the lead of the race.
MshenguT DNFs. Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay.
He retired in the pits, James. What does that mean?
Okay,
so
let me just
I think it was
quickly.
Alright, let me give you a penalty update. So Mshengu was on 10 seconds already as it stood, speeding in the pit lane twice in a space of 9 laps. So I think he just saw that his race was done. I believe he went to retire in the pits. And Spyzozo is on 8 seconds, meanwhile ManRay, Amnesia and Banqobi are without incident when it comes to penalties. So I believe
Yeah,
that
but
yes,
Mshengu just needed to finish the race, bro. I don't know, like, doesn't that put him in danger for qualification, or is he safe?
I just want to quickly do that now. This is in the situation where okay, Banqobi is leading, né?
Yo, that's wild.
Mshengu
Why
is still
would
not safe,
Mshengu do
guys.
that? Why would
Mshengu
Mshengu
is
do
still not
that?
safe.
I don't know. This is a tough one. This is definitely a tough one.
Unless there's an emergency, I think that was not a great call from him because he's still not safe. I mean, ManRay is sitting on 30, Damnesia is sitting on 25, Banqobi is sitting on 19, and Mshengu is on 41. So, I don't know.
If Banqobi wins,
Okay,
then he goes
as
on to
it
43.
As it stands, gents, right? ManRay gets P1 with 45 points, Banqobi gets P2 with 44 points. Josh gets P3 with 43 points. So,
Yo,
Mshengu is now stuck on 41 points. So as it stands, he does get he goes to tier 2.
So basically, Mshengu needs Josh to win the race for him to qualify as things stand. If Josh finishes ahead of Banqobi, then Josh will get 7 extra points, so he'll take P1 in the championship. ManRay will be P2, and then Mshengu will sneak through, while Banqobi will go back, I think, to 37 points or something.
I'll just do that math quickly.
Mshengu is making our job difficult.
Hey, Joe, he's
We
making
can't
us
be wasting
calculate.
Okay, gents, I'll update.
This is Bafana mathematics.
I'll update.
This is Bafana mathematics.
Gents, listen. If Josh takes P1, Mshengu goes through. So Josh gets P1, he's going to be on 50 points. ManRay goes through at 45 points. Then Mshengu gets through on 41 points. Then Banqobi gets relegated.
Oh, but Banqobi is pushing. He's pulled out of DRS from Josh.
He's using his ERS as well.
He's using his ERS.
Clever move there.
Clever move, yeah. That was so clever.
Yeah, before the DRS, he knew the DRS was coming. Yep.
Banqobi needs to win.
Banqobi needs the win.
And
ManRay just needs to finish the race. That's all TTK needs to do. Especially now that Mshengu's out the race.
Correct, yeah. He just needs to finish.
And I see that Banqobi has the fastest lap, so that gives him also an extra point. So he's pushing way too hard. He got the fastest second sector now. Let's see what his times are now going into the last corner.
Oh my god, this is tense. Banqobi can't afford to make any mistakes. He also can't afford to finish P2, so he basically needs to win this race to make sure that he qualifies for T1 or he stays in T1.
Yeah,
Lipo, as a person who's going to T1 for the first time, how excited are you for the new season?
I say I'm not.
Harde.
It's nerve-wracking, you know. I've been trying to practice manual gears and everything in between, and full traction. Hey, my car doesn't want to turn, so I jig it, I think. Nix. I definitely need to up my game. But like, I did do the hard work in tier 2. So I think with practice, I can pull through, you know. Obviously, my motto is just to have a clean race every single race. You know, there's going to be problems, just avoid them at all costs. My strategy is just be there at the right place at the right time. Again, 2 points a race. Consistency is key.
Consistency is key, my man. Django, any advice for guys coming back to tier 1? How do you guys stay in tier 1, and also like how do they challenge you and Rabico and guys like Rosa, Zotile, maybe not Zotile because he spends a lot, but you know, everyone else who's in the pound seats in tier 1.
Just a second, Chance. Tyson tier 2 did not happen. There was not enough drivers. Josh spins.
Oh, and Josh spins, guys.
Josh spins.
Oh my god. This plays right into Banqobi's
This is
hands.
perfect
He's
for
now
Banqobi.
8 seconds ahead of George and counting. So
you are worried about Banqobi, guys. Umshengu, this is not it for him now.
There's nothing we can do, Joe.
I mean, there's nothing we can do.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
should have
86.
just finished
Going
the
back to your question, I think you know the simple answer is just practice. But the most difficult answer would then be, you need to practice, you need to be consistent, you need to take this thing very seriously as well. I understand that gents have responsibilities, they have, other commitments, but if you want to stay in the top tier, you definitely need to, put in the work, in the simulator. And I think one of the biggest things that
simulator, let's go.
Of course, man. I mean, I think also one of the biggest problems is that people think, the time trial setup is the same as the race setup, which is definitely not the case. And also, we're going into manual gears. It would be nice to see how Banqobi, who's leading the race, who's looking like he's coming to tier 1 while staying into tier 1, is gonna adjust. The likes of also you, the likes of Lipo, and everybody.
The likes of Josh, who's also on man.
The likes of Josh.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be nice to see how it's gonna play out, and are they going to survive going into tier 1?
100%. That's actually some really good insights.
Sorry to interrupt there a little bit. I think there's a problem with the pit entry. People come in here very fast. There's just 5 seconds penalty again for speeding in the pit lane. So I think the way it's put, where it is, you're just coming out of turn 16 and you full throttle, and by the time you get there, you don't brake fast enough, and it's just 5-second penalty after 5-second penalty. And now we have Josh with a 5-second penalty in P3.
So this is going to be an interesting behind ManRay as well.
ManRay as well.
Guys, I think 5 seconds ago I just heard Sotile's heart break because Spyzozo just got lapped. I remember the other day he was going on about how he was cheering for Spyzozo every time he cheers for Spy. Spy lets him down. Hopefully Spy can bounce back, man. This was not a great performance, but we all know that Spy's got speed, so hopefully he can bounce back.
I know. I easy, man. This one is very difficult. Left 14.
So Tito must also stop putting his money on Tsepiso and Spyzozo. He must save his heart. So now, Ludi, now that ManRay is in P2 and Josh is in P3, what does that mean for qualification, or for what are the permutations for T1?
Just a second.
Does that mean that MshenguT potentially stays now if ManRay finishes ahead of Josh?
Yes, it does. So if the situation stays as it is, ManRay comes out in P1 48 points, Banqobi 44 points, and then MshenguT 41. Josh, it's tricky. Josh gets 40 points, and then fastest lap can determine. So Josh, and if it stays like this and Josh manages to get the fastest lap, then yeah, I don't know how it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Because I think Josh won one race and then MshenguT also won another race.
Yeah, I was about to say they go to head.
Yeah, but they both won.
Who won the most races?
They both won one each, not the season of the player.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah. I think Josh won Portugal and then MshenguT won Netherlands. So if this situation ends as it is.
If it stays as it is, yeah.
And Josh gets the fastest lap.
Oh man, I wouldn't want to be.
And he's pushing, hey?
Yeah.
He just got the fastest first sector right now, Josh. Looks like someone is in his ear, telling him exactly what he's saying, because he's pushing with his ERS right now, as we can see. But it's gonna be so hectic going into the Exco's office.
Yeah, look, I think also ManRay is not pushing. I think we need to consider that ManRay just wants to finish. He has no reason to battle with anyone, because all 3 scenarios he goes through.
But the other thing is, Banqobi and ManRay still need to pit. I think Josh can take the mediums to the end where he is now. I mean, Banqobi and ManRay don't have to pit because when you start on enters, you can basically stay on the same compound of slicks. But then again, can they really make it to the end with 21, 20-year-old mediums?
Josh got purple sector 1, purple sector 2. Let's see if he's going for the fastest lap.
There we go. By 9/10.
So the situation as it is, Josh and MshenguT are on equal points.
Oh my goodness.
And they're P3 and 4. And they're P3 and 4.
I know, tier 2 for both of them. Let's see who can get Banqobi.
But I think Banqobi can just finish this race, man. As long as he's not gonna get a puncher, I don't see Josh gaining. What's this? 35 seconds.
But guys, we all know how Banqobi is. He might just decide he wants fastest lap at the end and decide to pit. So because he's got his gap to ManRay is big enough, so that's another thing that could come to play is does Banqobi then decide to go for fastest lap? If he does, I think Josh has enough time to react because Spyzozo is basically out of this race.
Yeah,
but shout out to Spyzozo for not retiring though. That's proper dope.
Shows character, man.
Shows character.
So Kopoza in the comments is saying he doesn't need to pit. Mediums can do 26 laps. So if I'm Banqobi right now, considering he needs the win, like P2 puts him in a bit of a tricky situation, I think he takes this to the end.
Yeah. But Jingo, how long is a pit stop in Britain?
I think around maybe 24 seconds.
Yeah.
Because it's a long. That's why they're getting penalties. You know, that pit entry is very tricky.
Yeah.
And the exit as well is a bit weird. So it's a long pit. But I see that Banqobi is actually saving his ERS. So I think he might just want the fastest lap as well, just to make sure that. He's sitting on 70 right now. I think he will go for the fastest lap going into the end. But if I'm him, and George is like 34 seconds behind him, and George has 5 seconds penalties, I will pit. If I'm him, I pit around lap 20 to 21 to go for fresh mediums, and I go for the fastest lap as well.
That makes
regardless
sense.
of where Josh is, as long as I'm within that 5 seconds, I get the fastest lap. I'm P2 because I don't think ManRay is fighting
ManRay is not gonna fight,
Not anyone,
And I think the other thing is, if I'm Josh, I'm chasing down ManRay, getting P2, and then I don't have to worry about doing faster slabs or being tied with MshenguT on points.
So now, I believe the decider for Josh is whether ManRay pits or not. Because now his tires are in 11 laps.
ManRay's in the pits! ManRay's in the pits!
As I was saying, let's put Josh in P2. Keep it calculator once more. Let's see how this one ends now.
As it is, you have you're gonna have ManRay in P1, Banqobi in P2, and Josh in P3, all separated by a point. So you have 45, 44, 43. So MshenguT's gonna lose out, I think, with 2 points if the situation ends as it is.
That's a horrible way to go out, man.
Yeah, so as it ends, you're going to have MshenguT on 41 points, Josh on 44 points, Banqobi on 44 points, and then ManRay on 45 points. And then this is including Josh's fastest lap.
So Jenga, you're saying that regardless of whether or not
Banqobi is going to the pits now, I think this is the great.
Pitting?
This is a great. Yeah, he's pitting now.
That's wild. I suppose tires are getting old as well.
Yeah, which tires is he going for now?
It's a long track, man. I mean, you can't. He doesn't want to risk it. Trust me.
Yeah, I'd definitely go medium.
Doesn't want to risk it. Yeah, he's definitely
going for a second set of mediums.
Now it's gonna be interesting where Josh is right now because Banqobi's exiting the pits.
Oh my
Josh
goodness.
is just around
got 2 corners away.
Third last,
And this pit straight is long.
It's so long, man.
I think Banqobi
Josh
should
just
be
crossed the
fine.
line now.
Banqobi's exiting the pits. Oh, here they come!
This was not worth it, guys. This was not worth it.
No, Banqobi had to pit.
Nah, this was not worth it.
Banqobi had to pit. Josh has a 5-second penalty.
He could still give away 3 seconds a lap and still get the win.
No, but then he's on old tires, Joe. He's on old tires and he's risking a DNF.
Okay, I'm gonna explain something right now.
Side battle.
Okay, we'll just. I'm on board, Josh, right now.
Yeah.
I'll just cook the numbers. afterwards.
Also, Lily, you know what happens when your tires go off the cliff, Joe? Like, there's no coming back.
Numbers, man, numbers. I'll just cook the numbers because Mshengu's out now.
Yeah.
While you're doing that, Banqobi is gonna get DRS now. I think he did well by defending the first DRS. He's gonna get the DRS now into the back straight.
He could have went slow, guys.
gonna
He
be
could have gave away
interesting to
3 seconds a lap and still win this race. Nah, Jay. Okay, I'm just gonna cook them right now with Mshengu out. Josh is in P1.
No, but Banqobi should be fine. His tires are going to be fresher. He'll be okay. He just needs to stay within 5 seconds of Josh. He doesn't need to get any penalties. So I think being on fresher tires is always the best way to go, as we saw in Abu Dhabi 21.
Oh,
As we can see, Banqobi in the Mercedes
okay,
learned.
let me give you an update, James. Let me give you an update. Right now, Josh goes 50 points, ManRay 45, Mshengu 41, Banqobi sits on 37 points. One spin, it's over. He still needs to make this position. This was not worth
fine.
it.
He doesn't need to pass. He's good.
It's 6 laps.
And look at Josh's ERS, Lidi. Look at Josh's ERS. Look at Banqobi's ERS. And who has the fresher tires? Who has 5 seconds?
3 seconds penalty.
This was not worth it at all, guys.
Nah, he'll be fine.
Now he needs to stay within 2 seconds.
I need to finish it off track. He needs to make that overtake soon. That's the safest way.
What the point I'm trying to make is the safest part was just staying out and giving away that time. Even if he made it next to him, he still has the 5 seconds. Now, okay.
But look at the tire difference. Look at the tire difference right now, because now Banqobi has a fresher tire. You know, I still think this is the right call. Yeah, this was definitely the right call. It's just that it's gonna come down to Banqobi keeping his composure, which is, you know, if you're a driver, you have to do that.
Yep. Josh is on 10% ERS.
There was no need for a battle.
He's on 50.
There was no need for a battle.
Ludi, also, like, you don't want to be driving around on old tires, Joe. Old tires make it riskier for you to spin out and have an accident.
You can spin anytime.
Anytime.
I can't argue with fast people. Sorry, Joe.
Hey man, I'm just listening to the champ, Joe.
that's what I'm saying. I can't argue with the champ. And who on TH2? That was Tinder, was not G86.
Oh wow, thank you for that. Thank you for the reminder, Ludi.
Yeah, I have to remind you.
At least some of us are moving to tier 1, you know. Yeah, so when we
so now they make contact.
Very close.
He's got this. He must just stay behind and take him on the hanger on the other straight, actually.
So Lung says it was a great call by Banqobi. I quite value his views.
Look at the tire difference. I'm still convinced that this was the best. They're going side by side. Great driving from
Great driving by the James. Yeah. So wait, so Ludi, you're saying MshenguT told you was a good
DRS
call?
here, hold 1 minute. I think Banqobi is taking it. He's got DRS, he's pushing ERS, he's gone.
They touch tires.
He's gone.
Guys, one spin is curtain.
Josh has 5% ERS, so it's going to be hard for him to fight back.
Yeah,
Banqobi just needs 2 good exits. Yeah.
Let me go live with Joshua.
Now tire advantage will come into play, plus ERS, plus George is under pressure. He knows that he needs to push this man, and he might spin like he spun at Netherlands. So
guys, one spin is
he needs to be composed.
Banqobi's got this.
Nah, he does. See,
Maybe he
says,
has beef with Banqobi.
Actually, I'm a big fan. Funny enough, I'm such a big fan. Like,
I don't understand why you don't have faith in Banqobi so much, because you are adamant that he might spin. Josh might spin. He spun yesterday, so he might spin now, actually. So.
There we go. Tires are making the difference now. 3 lap tires versus 8. I was always going to catch up.
So, Jen, let me bring you in here. Let me bring you in here. So, Spyzozo just pit for soft. I think he's going for the fastest lap. Do you guys reckon he has the pace? Do you reckon he's gonna change does it change the standings if Spyzozo has the fastest lap?
Spyzozo's fastest lap is a 33.9. So he'd have to find 3 seconds of pace to beat.
Yep, but he's on
fastest
softs
lap.
now. That's a faster compound. That's a faster
Yeah, but 3
compound.
seconds is a lot though. Like, you know it's a faster
Yeah.
compound, right? Let's see what
Yeah,
happens because he's been struggling with pace for the whole race.
Yeah, the driver still counts, just not the tires.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But again, this is a fight for tier 1, eh? The top tier. So he's got the quality. I mean, if he's here, it means he's got the quality.
Okay, I want to answer. Melo asked, as it stands, what happens to Mshengu? So as it stands, Mshengu sits on 41 points at P4. Josh is going to be at P3 with 43 points, and then Banqobi's at 44 points, and then ManRay takes P1. So I think this would
While
be
you're
a
at
safe.
it,
Okay.
sorry, I'm saying while you're at it, just show the tire, how many laps of tires do you,
Oh,
are
sorry.
they going
Okay.
No worries.
Thank you. There we go.
So, Lipo, to answer your question on his first lap on South, Spy did a 1:31.5, which is about 4/10 of the fastest lap by Josh.
So he needs to find 4/10 somewhere.
He needs to find 4/10 somewhere. Something also tells me that I hope Banqobi doesn't push for fastest lap. He must just take it to the end.
Looks like he is, man. It looks like he is.
I see he's using his ERAs.
He's draining his ERAs.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just to protect because he's 2.7 now. I don't know what is the purpose of this because if I'm him, I'm saving ERS up until the end because I have fresher tires. And then in case something happens, you know, 100%. I can fight with my ERS at the end.
Yeah. That's a good call. I would do the same.
In case, yeah. In case. Who's doing with the fuck? Okay, Josh is sitting with the fastest line.
So what might help Spyzozo is he's got DRS from ManRay, even though he's a lap down.
Nah, but Banqobi's got this. And Josh doesn't need to fight this because he also goes through now.
Yeah, Banqobi must take it easy. No need to go for fastest laps or...
Yeah.
Watch Spyzozo ruin the party. Just watch Spyzozo ruin the party and take the fastest lap from Josh.
So Mandla's commenting on old things, so they say he needs to stop using engineering.
Oh, MshenguT did a 1:31.9, so that other one didn't count. I think it was just counting from the pit. Yo, that's super slow still. 8/10 off, and he's on
yes,
soft.
correct. Correct Tyson will be ManRay, Banqobi, and Josh. Josh and Banqobi are going to be equal on points at this time. Okay,
so what's the tiebreaker when it's like that? Yes, what's the tiebreaker?
They P2 and P3, so they're just gonna go through. They P2 and P3.
Oh, okay,
no
so it's not 3
breaker.
and 4. Okay,
yeah.
Okay,
it's not 3 and 4.
Spyzozo has the DRS, has the ERS, but he's not making it count.
and I don't
please confirm. Please confirm. I'm doing these things on the move. Please confirm the standings as they are.
Here you
guys,
go.
Just a quick question to you guys. So, Spyzozo is fighting ManRay so hard, and it might ruin ManRay's race, right? And I know you're allowed to unlap yourself, you know. But what do you guys think about, you know, people unlapping themselves when they could ruin everything for you? Just, you know, because I had a situation like this and I got a penalty, which ruined my race, and I lost the race because of this. So I'm just asking you guys, what do you guys think about this?
I think you shouldn't go into politics and just commentate on the race. But
no, but Lucy, that's a fair question. I don't think it's political.
Blue flag is blue flag. Whether you go through or not, blue flag is blue flag.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So I think to Django's point, like if I was ManRay, I wouldn't fight Spyzozo. I mean, ManRay just needs to bring his car home, right? So.
Correct.
In this situation, I would just let Spy go. But I think, you know, Zotilo or Melo have mentioned before that someone's fighting for the win, or, you know, if the leader of the race is coming up behind you, he's about to lap you, just let him go, because at the end of the day, like, they're the leader of the race, you need to make space for a faster car.
Spyzozo.
Spyzozo finished the race.
Last lap, and Josh seems to be pushing very hard. He was 3 seconds, he's now 1.7 seconds.
He still needs to make the
20.
overtake, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but Louis taking it easy.
He is.
Hey guys, but Louis can't afford to spin now. It's now or never.
Yeah. Josh is using ERS. Why are you saying it's now or never like you want Van Louis to spin, Louis?
Bro, I'm such a big fan of him. I don't think you understand. I don't think you guys understand. I want nothing but the best for him. He was my first teammate, man, and he'd give me setups and whatnot. Like, I'm such a big fan of this guy.
ManRay must, obviously Banqobi must spin, it's now or never.
No, I'm saying he must not spin. Those guys. No, but big shout out to Banqobi. Looks like he's going to get this win. Going into the final sector of the final lap. Big shout out, he's going to be staying in tier 1. Kid K will just confirm.
Fastest
second sector by Banqobi.
Yeah, let's go.
Looks like he took your advice after all, Django.
You know, this is what he should do, man.
Come on now.
Exactly what he's doing.
Let's see what happens. Final corner. Let's go, Banqobi.
Let's go.
Oh my god.
That was a champion drive.
On some Max Verstappen. On some. I think Josh spun. Josh spun as well at the end.
As long as he brings it home, man.
Yeah, I think this
is a 5-second penalty.
No, I think the 5 second it stays the same. It's not additional.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's go, Banqobi. I think this goes.
Just proud of TTK. He knew what he wanted to do.
little bro and big bro.
Hey, the bros. Can we get them in the same team? Now? Can they be in the same team? Big shout out to Banqobi for the win. In-game drive of the day. I think looking at the comments, Banqobi's still the drive of the day, man. Big shout out to Banqobi.
That was a champion drive. That was a proper champion.
I think everyone who stayed back.
How does this change now? Because that extra point by Josh is no longer there. So how does that play into MshenguT's hands?
It still doesn't. So ManRay gets 45 points, Banqobi gets 45 points, Josh 43, and MshenguT's on 41 points.
Wow.
MshenguT's kicking himself.
Yeah. All he had to do was finish the race.
You know who the big winner is? It's probably ManRay, because Josh also quit in Holland yesterday. So if Josh kept his points and MshenguT didn't quit today, then ManRay would be going
86,
out.
so we have Banqobi in here when you interview him for us there, man.
Yo, Stosha, Banqobi.
Yes, sir.
Mr. MP40 himself.
Ibugili mambani.
Papa Beacon, Papa Lemon.
Yo.
I thought that was a beautiful drive. How do you feel, man? Staying in tier 1?
Hey. Hi, Mpumulili. Yazin, I was anticipating what I'm gonna leave the group. I'm gonna be silent on social media and not partake in any conversation. But yeah, man, it was such a tricky race. I saw via Quali that Josh was running like a low downforce setup. That's why he was like gaining on me. But I was like, okay, it's okay. Your tires are gonna go. And I'm gonna come, and I came. I'm shy.
So we've got the former champion, or not the former, the current champion. Hi there, Django. We've got the current champion, Django, in the commentary box. Django, do you have any questions for Banqobi?
Yeah. Sorry, Django, for borrowing your car. Hey,
it's a pleasure, man. And it did the job. So I just want to ask quickly from you. We've seen in the paddock this conversation, going into manual next season in tier 1. How are you planning on, making sure that you survive? Firstly, tier 1, and are we going to see you competing for the race wins?
Chief, I'm taking the Mafia to court because I'm disabled, and this league should accommodate people that have disabilities. My thumb does not work, so Emmanuel is not gonna work. But if they win or in court, then it's fine.
Yes.
I'm gonna try to put like a lot of work during the preseason and try to make sense of it. If Agvumi, guys, I'm gonna sell one of my rims and then buy a wheel, and at least then manual is going to be a lot easier via the wheel because it's similar to the cars I drive. So yeah, it's a bit tricky, but let's celebrate my greatness, Konamaji. I stay in tier 1. Let's go.
So, but Louis, I don't know if you knew this, but if Josh won the race, you were gonna go down to tier 2. I don't know if you knew that, and that's why you're fighting so hard for the win.
I knew that. That's why in Maggots and Belcots, I was like, I'm not backing out. We'll die together.
Amazing race, you know, side by side.
Thank you so much,
guys
gents.
did a brilliant work.
Yeah. And there's so much respect between me and Josh. You know, I don't know if it's because I'm facilitating his new ride. That's why he's giving me so much respect on the track. But you know what? It was such a beautiful race. I enjoyed it. And I knew that I was going to catch him in the rain because I was running like a high downforce setup and he was struggling. And then before we pitted, I was like, I am going for it. And then, yeah.
No, final question from you, Banqobi, before we switch to ManRay. So Josh pitted earlier in the last stint. Is there a reason you didn't stay out and you decided to pit and go to the end?
So Josh pitted, I don't know what lap it was, right? But I was also
early,
looking at that man. ManRay was dangerous because he was going to go long if I pitted.
Yeah.
And then he was going to win the race. But I was like, I'd rather die than let ManRay win a race. And then I waited for him to pit. And then I was like, okay, Josh is like within my pit window and he was going to like overcut me. And I was like, it's fine. I'm going to have fresher tires. And I came out the pit first and then he was able to beat me because my tires were a bit cold.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? Let me fight him because I thought of saving my ERS and just use like DRS to stay within him. But I struggled in the first stint to stay behind Josh and I was like, no, let me punch my ERS. I'll see fastest lap later on. So I did that and then passed him and then I tried. Fastest lap, door. I was like, hey man, what time did Josh set? And then I kept on trying and I saw, I think on lap 21, I was like, let me relax.
Yeah.
And build this ERS and my fuel was going low. You know, I planned and prayed to have a Pantsibami to get the fastest lap and I did it on the very last lap. So yeah. Hi guys, I'm tired of talking. I'm tired of racing. Ngiyabonga. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Banqobi.
Sure, thank you so much.
Well done, man.
Sure. Actually, no, guys. Am I second? Am I first?
You are in tier 1. That's all that matters.
Tired of talking.
You are tied with ManRay, 45 points each.
Okay. Sure, thank you so much, guys.
Hola. ManRay.
Away.
Hola, gents.
TTK.
The king is here.
Yo, it was, but I think MshenguT did himself injustice. So he's a very fast driver. I think he deserves to be in tier 1, but I think he will dust himself up for the new season. Shout out to him. But I saw there were a lot of comedy of errors, so that's why I just thought, I need to finish. I just need to finish the race. As long as I get into tier 1 driving manual, it's equal playing field. So I'm happy to be in tier 1 driving manual, and shout out to manual guys and auto boys.
Let's go.
Lipo,
Any questions at that point? Any question, Lipo?
At that point is no. Sizobona phambili say practice makes perfect, and from tier 2 we were racing side by side for a long time. So if Banqobi wins the court order and we remain on auto, then you're going to have a lot of problems on your hands.
We need a medical record for us to we don't just ask for auto when you're fully capable.
Okay, I know, fair enough. Just a quick one from me. So going from last season, you missed out on promotion by 1 point to San Hashira.
Yeah.
You had to do it the long and the hard way. What were your hopes, or how prepared did you think you were coming into playoffs? Did you think that you actually had a chance, or was it just a steep hill from get-go?
Basically, when I even commented when I saw the announcement that Tsepiso is fast, Josh is fast, everybody that was on that list was fast. So I didn't even give myself a chance to even go out, to even make it to top 3. And Spyzozo as well. I know Spyzozo, me and him drive side by side, but I realized he's not that fast. He just used to crash into us. Yeah, that's.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I
Okay.
left him. Yeah. So. Yeah. No. But when, like I said, I actually gave myself position 4 from that. Not even 3. So, but yeah. The gents yesterday, I don't know what they were thinking, DNFing in Zandvoort. I think they could have made this final payoff more interesting than it was today. So yeah.
100%.
No, congratulations for making it overall, man. That was a solid run. Looking forward to seeing you in T1.
Yep.
Hopefully I'll be ready. I'll be watching from the back. I'll be there.
I just wanna get a question from Ludi as the only tier 2 guy in this commentary box. Any questions from ManRay?
Mr. ManRay, you hold the record for the lowest points in tier 1. What's your plan to make sure?
Just come on, can I celebrate in peace?
Yeah, congratulations. I had to shift that what 86 just did to me.
Basically, I can tell you guys, you're gonna see an improved ManRay in tier 1. I'm definitely going to score points. Of course, I'm not saying that load shedding will actually play some cards, but in terms of attendance, I know that I attend almost every race, so I guess I will beat that record in just one race. So look forward to that. I'm getting double digits this season.
Shout out.
Just a quick one from me. Going into this race, I think you saw like once Mshengu retired that you just had to finish the race, like you said earlier. So was your mentality just finish the race and get points? So even your pace today, you're like freezer. It's not your final form.
But remember the other thing as well, which I was counting on, was if Josh should actually get the fastest lap, or if none of them gets the fastest lap, then I was gonna go for the soft towards the end. So I actually did the maths to say that if any of them gets a fastest lap, especially if it's Banqobi, then I stand a better chance. But now when MshenguT retired, I knew that the soft strategy was not gonna work. I was just gonna finish the race. That's it.
Amazing.
Dope. I'm gonna leave the last question to the champ.
As the champion, I'm kidding. Hey man, I just want to say that you've had your fair share of of banter, and I just wanna any last words to your to your haters, or people that didn't want to see you proceed to tier 1. What do you have to say to them?
I think I don't know if you drive on the N1. There's a barrier in between. So I guess I'm just waving. I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just waving. They're going the other direction and I'm going the other direction. So I'm just going it's just a hello. And also I think there's one thing that happened yesterday is that I think I raced. I was very fierce last night. So I think there was something. I think I needed that maybe. Maybe I needed that for me to race the way I did yesterday. And I guess maybe even the gods were looking up to me for the guys that DNF'd and the guys that got load shedding. So, yeah, God was just looking out for me. So, shout out to Bragod.
Shout out Bragod. So some of the comments on the stream are saying ManRay must partner up with Josh, big bro and little bro. Banqobi and ManRay must team up. Big ups to ManRay. Villain era has begun. Yeah, man. So I think everyone's just excited for the new season. Smarts Django versus Don Rabico versus Fente versus Otile versus. Yo, it's going to be lit next season, James. Can we get the calendar already, Exco, please?
It's gonna be amazing, man. It's nice seeing Jens put in the work. So hopefully, we're gonna get a little bit of challenge at the front, and yeah, hope to see you guys soon. And that's me.
I lead from the other direction. So I've got the other one for you. Great move, Adley. I'll just make sure they're all in line. Don't worry. And
Sharp,
last one
James.
from me, gents. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Breakaway F1. That's at Breakaway F1. And thank you for being with us today. Amazing race it was. Gents, thank you for the commentary. You guys are awesome. Take care.
That was an awesome commentary, James. Look out on the Twitter as Lipo State for announcement in terms of team race calendar for the next season and team selections. Probably happen either this Friday or the next week. Shout out, James. Great commentary.
All right, cheers, gents. Awesome stuff.
Awesome. Thanks, Jen.
Oh yeah.